I didn't realize that's so loud. We live. Now we'll go ahead and do it. Oh, how about this one? Wednesday, June 4th, Gemini season. Yeah, it is. Happy Wednesday, y'all. Oh man, I didn't even do it, but tonight's show, The Rent is too damn racist. All right, yeah, I don't like those. We gotta change that applause.
Many people know them as the JumpOut boys in their city.
What's good, gang? How's everybody doing? Didn't I just say I was getting rid of them? It's crazy. I'm out of control. Yeah, The Rent is too damn racist. Scapegoating immigrants in New Jersey's housing crisis. Insane. But that's what we're going to talk about this evening. Honestly, really, anyway, let me just say what's up to the JumpOut Gang.
Many people know them as the JumpOut boys in their city.
All right. I don't think y'all understand this, but we got a lineup that's hotter than the group chat when it has the screenshots in it. You know, that type of group chat. Anyway, first up, we're going to dive into historic Ukrainian drone strikes on Russia. Listen, this wasn't just some little skirmish. You know, we're talking about next level precision warfare with a side of, did that really just happen? Then I got a tale of two track stars coming up. They both won their races, but only one got to celebrate. The other stripped of her title. We're gonna get into that. Why are we applauding that? Why are we applauding that? And then, of course, I'm going to be in rare form tonight. I am going to be in rare form tonight. I'm going to pull no punches, and I'm going to break down the latest misinformation marathon, because that's what I do. That's what I do. This time, the right wing is out here scapegoating undocumented immigrants like they have no reason for rent sky high. Like they're the reason your rent sky high and eggs cost more than Yeezys. But spoiler, walk it like I talk it, walk it like I talk. They're not. So I implore you to call in tonight or light up in the live chat with the JumpOut Gang.
Many people know them as the JumpOut boys.
That's our call-in line, 313-825-5557. We want to hear from you, whether you agree with it, whatever you disagree with it. We all grown here and talk. We're going to be respectful. But if you get disrespectful, which is your every right, you can get disrespectful, but it can come back on you. What's going on, everybody? We halfway there, right? Wednesday night, hump day. Ramid's in there. What am I doing?
It's not true.
Ramid is so here. I saw you, Ramid, posting pictures on social with the braids, with the fresh braids. Oh. Flashback is in the house. Oh, hold on. It's around here somewhere. That's right. One more time for you. Love is in the house. I'm just playing with y'all. Yeah, I'm talking about. Yeah. But yeah. Yeah. We are all up in here. And we're doing it Wednesday. We live. Talking shit. Getting clicks. Once again, the rent is too damn racist. All right, so first what I want to do is start out by talking about these drones in Ukraine. Have you guys been keeping up? Yeah, maybe. Let me throw it up on a big screen. Get it up on a big screen. I scroll and I listen to them. That's crazy. I know, it's going on too much. It's going on too much. Let's get rid of that.
Oh!
All right. Bloom. Look, oh man. I haven't seen this scene in a while, but how are you guys out there? But honestly, check this out. Drones. We're talking about drones right now. Insane, these drones. Oh, I can hit play too, right? I think that plays. Yeah. All right. So what I got here playing behind me is a little drone footage. All right. So let's talk about these drones. And they're not the TikTok kind of drones we're talking about, but the explosive payload over your airbase at 3 a.m. type of drones. And Ukraine just ran an operation so slick, they called it spider web. And Russia, well, they walked right into that spider web and they were barefoot. Damn it. They were barefoot. Now, on June 1st, Ukraine launched 117 FPV drones. These drones are tiny. They are agile. They are hard to detect little buggers from within Russia territory itself. Now, the targets were 5 strategic bases. 5 strategic bases. What am I doing? Oh, yeah. I got you. Oh, let me move my mic. That's what All right. So first of all, let me show you guys these drones. All right. This is a FPV drone. That's a FPV drone. You see, the guy has the goggles on his face. The FPV, I believe, means first person view.
Oh!
Right? So he's all up in that drone. He is the drone. Some shit get clicks. He's a drone. He's the drone. You know what? Let me do this real quick. I'll probably make it for all of us. Back here, we're gonna do a little of this. It's always something. Bam. I'm gonna go here with it. And then I got this little, I just figured out this little nifty trick where I can control this with the telephono. And we're gonna try it out right now, live right now. We're gonna try it out. All right. So that's right. They launched the drones and it targeted some places. Now, help me out. I might have a little issue pronouncing these Russian territories, but they're called Balaya. That's what we're looking at right now. Then we have Daya Galevo. Look at those. Look at that. Just open airfield. Then we have Ivanovo Cerveni. Those kind of look like that. Yeah. Election planes. Then we have Olenya. And then we have Ukrainka. That looks like a Call of Duty map. It sure does. Call of Duty map looking like that. I'm going to save that. All right. Now, I have to let you know that the result of these actions, where's my drone footage? I need an administrator. I still do. I've been needing one, and I know like it looks good, and I make do like without it. But to be honest with you, I can use an administrator. Put that video back on. All right, so that's right. The 5 targets were hit, and they had over 40 high-value aircraft. damaged or destroyed. We're talking about Tu-95s, Tu-160s, and other Russian long-range bombers. Now, if you're looking at this is these drones hitting open airfield. Now you can see these aircraft are on fire, but you know what? It occurred to me, damn it. It occurred to me that this could be a hoax. Now, everybody is saying that before I go all conspiracy on you. I say that because they're saying that these planes were, go for $300 million a piece. Like, these old things are not going for $300 million. That's some crazy accounting, like how they did the New Jersey numbers we're going to talk about later. But yeah, that's what we got. Now, Putin was P.I.O'd. He was P.O'd, right? So he phoned his old buddy, Donald Trump, by the way. This is an AI-generated image that is really not Trump or Putin. These are representations of them. I say that for legal reasons. Anyway, Putin was so effing pissed, he phoned Donald Trump for a vent session. Now, according to Trump, Putin said Russia will respond, called it terrorism, and said Ukraine crossed the line. Crossed the line. I mean, like, that's crazy because I would think that, like, it's funny how they crossed the line, but you actually crossed over into their country to start a war, but getting droned because of it is crossing the line. I can't figure. All right, so meanwhile, Russia themselves were like, yo, we got to do something. So what they did was they got 70 Shahed type drones. I believe these drones come from their friends in Iran. And if you look at them, if anybody remembers these 80s, early 90s of like 80s movies called Iron Eagle, Doug Masters. Let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know in the main character in Iron Eagle is Doug Masters. What up, Winnie? I remember this. My mama know I love me some Iron Eagle. So, right, and I believe his name was Doug Masters, and they fought Russian aircraft that kind of resembled this. They were called MiGs, and this drone here is kind of shaped like a MiG. But anyway, I say all that to say that they got about 70 of these Shahed type drones just the other day, and thanks to a help from their friends in Iran, they got those. But they're being unleashed on Ukrainian civilians and the infrastructure, just like clockwork. These are larger drones. I would say that drone is probably at least like maybe 12 feet in length, while the other drones that they were attacked with, the 117 that came from Ukraine, were like, like a smaller, niftier little drones there. Okay, so really, everybody's dissecting this spider web move like it's a master class. I mean, Ukraine just proved that for the price of one American tank, you can turn a fleet of bombers into overpriced lawn ornaments. Straight up. So, in essence, warfare has become a little cheaper and more precise and very, very personal. Man. So if you thought like drones were just for Amazon packages and viral firework videos, welcome to 2025. Ukraine is rewriting the playbook, and Russia's stuck still reading the table of contents. If you're looking at that, that's table of contents. Bruh, Ukraine, they pulled this off like a cinematic heist. Like, they pulled this off like a cinematic heist. I'm talking about the FPV drones, had a little sabotage vibe in a masterclass in asymmetrical warfare. Here's how they manage the spider web stick trick. I mean, first of all, we'll go back. The first person view drones, the FPV drones, basically are like flying GoPro cameras. and they have like grenades strapped on them. Better explosives, but that's just a cheap way of me telling you. Anyway, these items are cheap. They're hard to detect, and they're flown manually. So like you're playing Call of Duty on hardcore mode. I mean, Ukrainian pilots control them in real time, guiding them straight into those multi-million-dollar Russian assets. Now, you should also know that these devices were launched from inside Russia. That's right, inside Russia. Ukraine attacking this part is like New York trying to attack Los Angeles. It's Russia is a huge country, and to get to all of these 5 different locations that are spread out, it took some planning. And what the military sources and independent analysts are saying is that these drones weren't just flying in from the border like a Uber Eats or anything like that. They were launched from covert trucks inside Russian territory. Let that marinate. Stealth on wheels. Imagine like UPS or Amazon pull up and they just deliver the smoke. The smoke. Anyway, like I said, 117 drones, 5 different military bases that they hit. They hit them shits simultaneously. Say it with me, simultaneously, at the same damn time. We saw the real-time surveillance intel. I mean, they used real-time surveillance intel, possibly for some Western allies. Coordinated launch timing. There had to be a precision flight path to evade detection, and there was possibly a little internal sabotage or sympathetic actors on Russian soil. However, news reports did say, I believe Zelensky said that anybody who was a sympathetic actor has been removed from Russia and is back in Ukraine. What am I doing? What am I doing? All right. So, despite all the chest puffing from the Kremlin, Russia domestic air defense is actually kind of spotty, guys. I mean, especially when you get deeper in land, like it's more like built to defend front lines, not air bases that are sitting comfy in Siberia somewhere. But also, you can see from the footage that I showed that these bases really weren't ready for dozens of low-flying juke and jive drones just zipping in under the radar and like mosquitoes with an agenda, like that Jurassic Park mosquito that got trapped in the amber. Why am I doing this?
Many people know
Y'all
them as
still
the
with me?
JumpOut boys in their city.
All right, so bang for your buck. Each of Ukraine's FPV drones, few hundred to a few $1,000s. Each Tu-95 or Tu-160 bomber, even the old ones with the propellers on there, upwards of $300 million. Yeah, that's what it was. Shout out to Ukraine, still hanging in there. Zelensky still wearing the tracksuit. No suit, no tie. No tie. Shout out to the Shudhead type drone, bro. It's crazy. Insane. Talking shit, getting clicks. We episodes 6/4/2025. Call in now. 313-825-5557. Next up, I'm gonna just go straight into Jersey because I got a hankering.
With the wind that's far away, give a smile from your lips and say
Talking shit, getting clicks. Oh, 3 times. Oh, 3 times. Let you sing. Yo. Oh, word. Oh, so damn smooth. Yeah, this is what we're going to talk about the show right now. You know, I gave you a little buffer with the Ukrainian drones, but I don't got all day for this. We got to get this out. We got to get this out, and we're definitely talking about this. All right, so I'm going straight into New Jersey talk now. Yes. Yes, I am. Like, I don't think you guys understand. I was on Instagram. I was flipping through some stuff, and I heard misinformation, and it triggered me because I was like, "Yo, this guy has to be lying." Let me check this out. Let me check this out. Oh yeah. Hold on. Yeah. Why? Yes. Yes. I heard it was going to be on June 14th. His birthday's on June 14th, and it's also Flag Day. Gemini vibes. Gemini vibes. You know Donald Trump ain't about that war. He's a fool. What we call him? Bullseye boy. Yeah.
I don't know what they call that stuff, but that little like caramel, man. You gotta stop playing. I mean, if they give me one right now, tear it up live.
Yeah, that was my love button. Anyway, yeah, so as you can see on this thing, this guy said we don't have housing problem in New Jersey. We have a flood of almost 900,000 illegals that shouldn't be here. Calling somebody illegal is dirty freaking work. Like, who the hell? Never mind. That's small potatoes compared to all the other crap that's going on. That's what he does. He goes to UFC fights. I mean, Nero went to the Coliseum to see tigers eat men alive. That's where we are now at a point in history. We're back there. Like, people used to be like, it was like Rome, bread and circuses. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Damn it, man. I never thought we were going to, yeah, but we're here. We're here now, talking shit, getting clicks. We live. This is why I'm here, for times like this, so we can get this misinformation out the way. All right, let me see if I can do this. I practiced this once. All right, New Jersey's housing market is in shambles. We're talking about sky-high rent, not enough units to go around, and working families are getting boxed out like it's, I don't know, musical chairs with grown-ass, homeless, half-homeless people. So, I didn't mean to laugh there. I did mean to laugh because but I know it's wrong to laugh at that. So what's the latest solution getting pushed? I'm going to tell you what. It's what they've always done. You blame immigrants. This time, undocumented immigrants. Now, ladies and gentlemen, hit my slide. I'm from a place called Vineland, New Jersey, and I am about to show you a graphical representation of my observations of the many undocumented immigrants that have moved to that area and that neck of woods. Violence in New Jersey. This issue is about New Jersey, but I must remind each and every one of you out there that what's taking place in New Jersey is going to be trending around the United States of America. Okay? That's why it's important. Like, I do regional stuff and everything like that. I love New Jersey. It's my house, my home. But at the same time, I don't want you to think that, oh, he's just stuck on New Jersey because that's where he's from. All right. So, and really, I shouldn't even care. But anyway, like I said, I'm from Vineland, New Jersey, and this is my observations. And I put these observations in a quick illustration. Maybe I should play a little, just a little, I don't know. I've been doing the music thing. We might as well keep it going. agent there. Look at it. There's an ICE agent back there. Listen, that is all I've seen. I've seen people come over. Hold on. Missing a slide. I am missing a slide. But there was where they found me. The house was a little bit more dilapidated, but boom, he's there. He's fixing up his house, got his lawn in order. As you can see, the vehicles are changing. Dingy truck, and then, you know, the minivan, the minivan that takes everybody's laundry, right? And then, boom, nicer truck, nicer car, doing a little landscaping. Boom, now they're partying. Now they got the new F-150. That's the Harley edition, all white, cocaine white. And then they got the white van. That's a work van. You don't see the old blue van. That's been replaced by a Dodge something, and that's sitting out front. These guys are barbecuing. They're enjoying beers, and then that man shows up for them. All right? That's just my observations. Hardworking people that want to get ahead and living their life. But some lawmakers are now pointing fingers, claiming that they're the reason you can't afford a decent place to live. We're talking about billions in taxpayer costs, overwhelmed services, supposedly. Immigrants, undocumented immigrants, and immigrants are breaking the system. But here's the real question. If this is about facts, is it? Is this about facts? Or is it just another familiar playbook? We're going to get into it. Now, before I play this video, I must say, I have to say that, I was going across IG. I saw this crazy man, and I was like, yo, what's going on? I mean, like, basically, I was like, okay, so there's a guy, and as you can see on his website, it says wake up in J. That's New Jersey. NJ is New Jersey. And he's on Instagram. And he's making a pretty bold statement. I mean, the statement is that, well, let's let him speak for himself. How about we do that? It's probably the easier way. I'm going to throw this up here. I'm going to do that. I'm going to hit this unmute button.
In New Jersey, we do not have a housing problem. What we actually have is a flood of almost 900,000 illegals that shouldn't be here, costing you, the taxpayer, over $7 billion a year. Think about that. Would you like proof of all this information? This is from 2024. I'm sure the numbers are about the same here. But look, illegal alien portion of housing, legal services, covers all kids for medical, emergency medical services. This is everything you're paying for in New Jersey in support of an agenda you didn't want. But Democrats in office are allowing this to happen at your expense. It's insane. Look at that number, $7.2 billion a year. That's money that could be in your pockets. Just imagine all the houses that are occupied by illegal immigrants who shouldn't be here, and the state is pushing affordable homes at every chance they get. And your townships are being mandated to do this. We don't have, we don't have a housing problem. We have too many people here that are not supposed to be here. So I'm really curious about your thoughts about this. And seriously, we could be fixing the budget and the housing problem, supposedly, that exists in our state just with this issue here. But Democrats in Trenton care more about protecting them than getting rid of them. It's completely insane. You want to fix this, New Jersey? We need to vote these people out. Just remember.
Yeah, let me show you something.
In New Jersey, we do not have a
Right. All right. So
housing problem. What we actually have is a
I want to know. I want to hear him because you could hear him again. Actually.
Taxpayer over $7 billion a year. Think about that. Would you like proof of all this information?
All right. This is the part I want to get here right now because this is the information he's talking about. This is the information that he's talking about, and this information absolutely, positively exists in official capacity. In an official capacity. That's right. I don't know why you guys see my show. You know, sometimes my big head covers up things, but I try to keep things on so you can see everything. That's what I try to do. I don't know why I do it. maybe so you can see all of the information. And sometimes if I block, I'm blocking this information, but this is basically what the information says. Like I keep that shit transparent with all of you. This guy is blocking information. And the thing is if you're going down this list, and if you're going down this list, look, it goes from the least amount to the largest amount that's being spent, except for right here. There's like a dip here. But we're seeing over $5 billion here for whatever he's hiding behind his head, and damn near $1 billion here, $925 million of something that he's blocking with his head. But don't you fear, ladies and gentlemen out there, I got that whole chart for you. I got that whole chart. And it's called the cost argument. It's a cost argument. All right. So now the New Jersey, a grand old party, the GOP, the Republican Party here in New Jersey, came up with a report, and they were reporting about the impact of undocumented immigrants and immigrants in New Jersey with economics, basically, right? So if you guys know, the backstory is a lot of people voted for Trump and voted for Trump last year because they said they wanted him to fix the economy and they wanted a strong economy. And one of the things he said was that to bolster the economy, he's got to get rid of these illegal immigrants. He didn't just say to bolster economy. He also said that they were criminals, rapists, drug dealers, and everything like that. But basically, the message that he sent to his people who wanted to hear him was that, hey, these immigrants are the reason why you have a lot in life. Right? Last week I did a show that featured Lyndon B. Johnson, who said basically if you give a white man somebody to look down on, you can pick his pocket. You know, I'm paraphrasing, but it was a very good show last week. And if you didn't check it out, you probably want to go back out and check that show out. All right. So the New Jersey Assembly GOP report says this. Undocumented immigrants cost $7.27 billion annually. Yearly. That's what they cost. I'm up here with it. Matter of fact, I don't even need that because I got this little doohickey here. All right. Now, they said the biggest alleged cost is K through 12 education for their kids, most of whom, by the way, we can knock this out because this was like one of the biggest expenditures they're talking about. These children are American citizens. You get what I mean? You understand? If you were born here on United States soil, that makes you automatically on home base. You're an American citizen. But they threw those numbers in there. Okay. To be fair, other costs do include healthcare, legal services, housing, public safety. There are also claims that each tax-paying household in New Jersey is paying a little over $2,100 per year to support these undocumented workers. And that is why I said, hell no, to the no, 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 yeah, to the no, hell to the no, to the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Let me switch back because I'm about to bring that the same thing Buddy's head was blocked. I'm gonna bring the whole thing up right now. Now there were some red flags to me. This is what he was blocking out this and this here, right? So first and foremost, K through 12 education of minors of an illegal alien, which is to call somebody an illegal alien in 2025 when we know better. We know that talk. That shit's disrespectful. But that's also beside the point. This was suspect to me so far because the majority of the children are U.S. citizens, not undocumented. Public education for citizens is not an illegal immigrant expense under constitutional law. I be doing research. There's a little law case called Plyler versus Doe, DOE. Plyler versus Doe. And them bundling all of that cost into this $5 billion they're showing here on this record, this $5 billion is really misleading. I would likely correct it by saying that the number should not be lumped under cost of illegal aliens. I mean, or if you want to use the undocumented migrants, I mean, it inflates the report massively. This one spot here inflates it massively. All right. Now, public safety being 624 million is a red flag to me also, because that says a lot about safety spending for a group that studies have shown over and over and over again commit crimes at lower rates than native-born citizens.
Oh!
Duh. All right, so what exactly is being measured here? Incarceration? Is it policing? Because the report, and I'll shoot you the links, offers no breakdown there, and that's highly suspicious to moi. Now, third is the $364 million that says illegal alien portion of government admin, which is vague. I was gonna say as fuck. Oh, I'm sorry. I was gonna say as AF, but I already said it anyway. As fuck. It's vague as fuck. There's no detail given on what admin service these covers. So the problem is there's no transparency here, and it kind of reads like a filler line that wants to make things get a little scarier. But then we get to the 34 million with emergency medical services for illegal aliens. The use of illegal aliens is deplorable, but actually this one's quite plausible. All right. There's really no breakdown here either. But if people are paying sales and property taxes indirectly through rent, those costs are partially covered anyway. And then we got the 5 million for grants, for college grants here, and it's accurate. It's pretty accurate, but it's also small potatoes. We're talking about $5 million. And I'm not saying, hey, a penny saved ain't a penny earned, because it definitely is. But this number here reflects the actual policy changes that allowed, the Dreamers, the DACA students, to qualify for state aid. But hey, like I said, every cent counts, man. Every single cent counts, especially when you're paying for propaganda. That's neither here nor there. Now, we got the legal services for aliens, yet again, facing detention or deportation, coming to, and then, I'm sorry, legal services. So the legal services for aliens and their unaccompanied alien minors. I'm sorry for saying this word, but it's on the chart. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. Don't take the N word out my song. 15.7 million combined. Now, this is reasonable, and it's a range, but again, the services offered often serve due process, aka habeas corpus. Maybe that's one reason. I'm gonna say $15 million. That's just New Jersey though. Anyway, the $15.5 million in the Cover All Kids Act is a low figure compared to the others. It just is. It's low. It's a low figure, and really, we're talking about covering all kids for medical. I mean, providing healthcare for undocumented minors is arguably humane, right? Anybody would say that would be humane, and compared to the budget, it's a drop in the bucket, literally. But if you have a problem with children being able to get Medicare and healthcare provided for them, then I don't know. I got this sound for you.
If heaven is real and you're MAGA, you're not going.
You're probably not going. And then we get to the housing portion, which is crazy to me. I saved this for last. Because my brain was working. Maybe you guys know something I don't know, but I got a call-in line, and you could tell me if I missed something. The call-in line is 313-825-5555. 5.7. And while we're out there, guys, I'm working hard in here, and it's getting hot. It's the summertime again here, and it's getting warm in here. I'm getting sweaty in here, guys. Don't forget, hit like, share, subscribe. Hit like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell, because I got a feeling I might be popping up tomorrow or the next day or sometime in the morning on a Saturday or something like that. I can assure you it's probably going to happen. I can also assure you that last week we had a little quiz. I'm probably going to give another quiz. So, you know what I mean? You might want to pay attention to this. Anyway, the $1.64 million is a low figure compared to others, and yet it's still included. And now it doesn't justify any of the overall panic tone that we got from this guy from Instagram of the Wake Up New Jersey thing, but it also doesn't just justify saying that New Jersey housing is suffering as a result of illegal immigrant population, because if it did, then that number, the 1.64 would be way higher. So if you say that illegal alien portion of housing is a mere $1 million, well, I'll give you, we can bump it up to $2 million, then that's telling me, I mean, that's just how I'm thinking. It's telling me that they're not affecting any type of housing in New Jersey. And it's crazy, because you should have probably covered that part with your head.
At what point you gonna sit the fuck down?
Exactly. That was perfect. I didn't mean to hit that button, but still, I hit it. So yes. Bottom line, this report is wildly inflated. It's an inflated accounting trick. This is what I came up with. So when we go back down to it, this $5.29 billion should not be included, because this is actually education that's going to the majority of these. This money is going to actual United States citizens. The $925 in education is reasonable, but it's still vague there. Public safety is definitely questionable. The government admin needs a breakdown. Healthcare, not going to question it. It's plausible, but I mean, they've already been inflating numbers, so we got to recheck all of this, and that's what it is. So if we take away this $5.29 billion, we'll have better results. But yeah, U.S.-born children of undocumented immigrants as a cost of illegal immigration, that is 73% of the total right there. Once you wipe that $5.29 billion off, and I told you why, of the $7.27 billion, then like, what are we arguing about? I think this is also the reason the jerk is standing in front of that info, because you got to argue with it. So the remaining $2+ billion includes vaguely defined public safety, administrative costs that lack proper transparency or evidence. And these could be real costs, but the report doesn't cite independent sources or provide methodology, which makes it all smell like a talking point cooked up in a political back room. Now, there is a contribution argument to this, okay? And this is how it goes. As of New Jersey's, as of 2024, New Jersey's population stands at approximately 9.5 million of these. About 2.5 million residents, or 24.2%, are foreign born. This encompasses, the 24% encompasses both legal and undocumented immigrants. So there's no breakdown in that 24% of what is what, okay? But we do know this. We know that they make up over 30% of the labor force. We're including 43.6 STEM workers, that's science, math, technology, engineering, mathematics. 36.7 are entrepreneurs, and 48.4 are health aides. I know you're looking like, yo, his percentages are adding up way past 400. That's cool, but some of those STEM workers are also entrepreneurs, and as well as the health aides. So that's what we get. Now, the total immigration tax contribution in 2023 was $14.5 billion in state and local taxes. Also, it was 25.4 billion in federal taxes. I mean, that's like 39 billion total, almost 40 billion total. And undocumented immigrants, how we should, like, not illegal aliens, undocumented immigrants, human beings, brothers and sisters of ours, alone paid 1.8 billion in New Jersey state local taxes. So when you start moving these numbers down, and we're at a $2 billion deficit, and then we come to find out that these guys had already paid 1.8 billion in New Jersey state and local taxes, then, like, damn, that number starts to drift away. Yep, 4.7 billion total federal and state taxes for New Jersey. Also, let me tell you, that 900,000 immigrants he's talking about, undocumented people he's talking about, that estimate is way high. We're talking about 530, and this is a high estimate I'm giving you guys. These are experts. I mean, so you can understand that this number is significantly lower than the GOP's reporting of damn near 900,000 undocumented migrants. Now, you should also know that 87% are of working age. That means they're filling gaps in construction and hospitality and transportation. So really, what's the real number we're talking about here? Let's do the math with more reliable, consensus-based data, aka data that's not lying, fair data. Costs related to undocumented migrants land between 2 and 3 billion, not 7.27. I am being so gregarious and gracious with these numbers right now. Now, the net impact, near neutral or even slightly positive, and that's not even without counting their role in keeping industries afloat or their spending power, because bottom line, the original report claimed a total cost of $7.27 billion. And that's cooked. It's cooked harder than them gas station hot dogs. It's a political math designed to inflame, not inform. So yeah, the adjusted price for all of this is $996.8 million, which is just under $1 billion. And we already know that they've paid 1.8 billion in local and state taxes already. So that's not a deficit. It's kind of a surplus. But real story is, immigrants, documented and undocumented, are at a net economic asset to New Jersey. They are a net economic asset to New Jersey. They are a net economic asset to New Jersey because they work, they pay taxes, they build businesses, they fill jobs others won't. And yes, they have kids who need education, just like every other family trying to make a life here. So before anyone yells about being taxed to death, maybe we should look at the billionaires dodging taxes and the corporations getting them sweetheart subsidies, not the undocumented mom that's cleaning the hospital floors or the DACA kid that's coding your apps. Come on. For me, I don't know. So my question would be, yeah, $6 less, $6 billion less. That came from the Institute on Taxation and Economic Prosperity. All right, I'm going to move to this. Is the GOP report that we're looking at, is it disingenuous? And I'm being nice when saying disingenuous. I usually would just say, are they full of shit? And my answer usually would be yes. And today my answer is actually yes. And I'll tell you why. It's because it represents a partial, distorted picture of the impact of undocumented immigrants in New Jersey. I know. I know. Eat your vegetables. It only tells one side of the story. It only tells one side. The GOP report includes cost estimates like education, healthcare, and public safety, but it completely omits the other side. The revenue undocumented immigrants contribute through taxes and economic activity, such as I'm showing you. Their household income is $19.3 billion, and they have $14.6 billion in spending power. Leaving that out gives a false impression that undocumented immigrants take without giving anything back. And then, of course, we already talked about the population numbers. We know the report is claiming that it's 892,000 undocumented immigrants in New Jersey, where most reputable sources, including the Pew Research Center and the American Immigration Council, estimate the number to be closer to around 500,000. Now, that's a real big difference. I mean, that's one that drastically increases the supposed cost without a sound basis. It blames the cost on U.S. citizens. Yep, a large chunk of that $7.27 billion estimate, over $5 billion, comes from the cost of educating children born in the United States to undocumented parents, I'm reiterating. These children are U.S. citizens, their right to public education is protected by law, and their inclusion as part of an undocumented cost is misleading. It also ignores labor, entrepreneurship, and industry impact. The report excludes the massive role immigrants play in New Jersey's economy. That's right, the 30% labor force, 43.6% of STEM workers are immigrants. Nearly 50% of home health aides are immigrants. Undocumented immigrants hold essential jobs in construction. We know this. I'm beating the choir in the pulpit with a hymn book right now, because you guys know that they're essential to construction, transportation, food services, and caregiving. Yo, I love this bomb Jersey food, and we love to go get tacos, and we go to a Mexican restaurant. You know who we see cooking in the back? Mexicans. But yo, when we go get the Italian food, you know who we see cooking in the back? Mexicans. When we go get hibachi and you get the flaming little onion tower, you know who's popping shrimp in my mouth? That's disgusting. I'm gonna stop right there, but I'm gonna keep going. But listen, none of these contributions appear in that GOP report, even though the state's economy depends on them. So really, the GOP isn't really necessary. The report isn't necessarily fake, but it does cherry pick data. It does omit critical context and presents inflated numbers to create negative impression. And it's a balanced approach that would include both costs and contributions. We already know. And we'll talk about it like it's fantasy. Yeah, let's talk about this fantasy. This fever dream that the GOP keeps selling like expired NyQuil behind a county fair booth. You heard it. If we just deport their illegals, the economy will heal. Man, shut up. I gotta hit the button. I have to hit this button. It's too late. Like, really? Where he says, shut the F up. I can't find it. There's too many buttons here. You'll just have to imagine it. But yeah, that's not a solution. They're using them as a scapegoats, and that's blaming the smoke while ignoring. Yeah, they're blaming the smoke while ignoring the arsonist that's standing next to them, still holding a lit match. and probably a tax break too, but the Republican Party has mastered the art of lying with a straight face, especially the people who just want someone to blame. And immigrants, oh, they are the go-to villain. Check it out. Brown enough to be scary. Let's keep it real. Poor enough to be disposable. Let's keep it trill. And visible enough to be exploited. That happens. But here's those receipts. You deport millions of undocumented folks, you don't fix the economy, you're gonna cripple it, because you gotta ask yourself, who's gonna harvest your food? Dude, who's hanging the drywall? Dude, who's caring for your grandma and that cheap ass assisted living facility y'all jammed her in? Yeah, the people you are trying to kick out. And the GOP knows this. They know how immigrants prop up construction, hospitality, farming, home care. They know those folks pay billions in taxes and usually can't even claim most of those benefits. That's, like I said, a surplus, not a deficit, but they're still going to push this deportation nonsense on us because it's not about economics. It's about power. It's about getting angry while you get some white voters to vote against their own interests by blaming people darker than them. And now I'm talking about race, and that's actually happening, and you get offended because I'm actually talking about race. They don't see that they're voting against their own interests by blaming people darker than them. And that's been the GOP's game for a couple decades now. Nixon, Reagan, Bush. You can choose one, senior, junior. And now it's Trump. And he's taking it. He's taking this crap. And he's washed it in his golden toilet. And he served it up to you inside a red hat. And guess what? People are eating it up like it's gospel. Like it's conch fritters. Well, if we get rid of all legals, I might get my job again. No, Carl, you won't. You lost your job because your boss shipped it overseas and cashed out his stock bonus. Not because Rosa cleaned your kids' daycare for less than minimum wage, my dude. So here's the truth. Y'all probably don't want to hear. Immigrants don't drain the system. They help hold the shit together. Deporting them doesn't make America strong. It makes America stupid. Economically, morally, logistically, dumb. And every GOP politician who pushes this lie knows it. And they don't want a better economy. They just want a dumber electorate. And they're getting it. So no, I'm not buying into this economic patriotism dressed up in ice jackets and Fox News graphics, because every time the GOP says we need to protect America, what they really mean is we need to distract you from the fact that we sold it to the highest bidder. The highest bidder. And now, music.
Walk it like I talk it, walk it like I talk it.
That's what.
Walk it like I talk it.
Craziness.
Walk it like I talk it.
Ugh, hot. It's hot in here. It's hot. I wonder if this thing still is linked. All right. Dang it. Sorry. You guys still there? I blacked out there. And then I came to, and it was a white screen. Talking shit, getting clicks. Go 3 times. Question.
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up?
Oh, that's crazy. That is
Mad.
Yeah. So that's what's happening. Like really honestly, they say like men lie, women lie, and numbers don't. And I'm always like, yo, that's bullshit.
That's all right. You be a good field hand and you can stay here.
And I think we need to approach this subject
do not know how to touch you delicately.
Like, that's what we should do. Approach this delicately. Because men lie, women lie, and men and women use numbers to lie. And these numbers are lies. They're lies. And the fucked up thing is they're talking about how much wasteful is. Do you know how wasteful that report is? Like 28 pages with graphs and charts and stuff like that. And you know how much how many man hours they spent on that? How many copies they had sent off to the printers of that? How much of the American taxpayers' money they wasted to offer you this bogus ass report? It's like going to the doctor, right? You go into the doctor and you have, I don't know, fucking chlamydia. You got chlamydia, right? So you go to the doctor to go get your burner unburnt. And instead of saying that, hey, the issue's chlamydia, you go and you tell the doctor that you got a stomach ache or a headache or you stubbed your toe. There you go. I stubbed my toe. Are you hurt? Yeah. Yeah, but are you hurt because you stubbed your toe? No. Is your foot hurt? No. Your hoo-ha's hurt.
That's all right. You be a good field hand. You can stay.
That's what's hurt. But you're in the doctor's office and you're letting them know that's hurt, that you're hurting. That's true. You are sick. You're just not sick the way you are. You're telling them. And that's basically what they're doing. And if the doctor treats your stubbed toe and doesn't treat your infection, then guess what? You're still going to have an infection. So when politicians use reports, they use reports because reports diagnose the issues and gives some type of alleyway of how to resolve them. But if you are giving false information and publishing bogus reports, you're really not going to help the issue at all. That's what I meant by that. That's crazy.
At what point you gonna sit the fuck down?
That's all on me. I'm sorry for those little analogies, metaphors there. They were kind of trash. Boy, but rock with me. I do that just to see if you guys are still listening to me right now. That's what we got, guys. That's what we got. Tomorrow, I guess I'll come on here and we'll talk about the track athletes because we're getting over a little more of my hour right now. I'm sorry it took so long. Next time I won't be assaulted. I was mad. I'm sorry I was mad. I was angry. I was upset because this guy just does this and you got hundreds of thousands of people hitting like and sharing that nonsense, and the whole time it's not true. I'm not here for misinformation. I'm here to let you know that that's not gonna fly here. All right, I'm sweating in here. It's hot. Love you guys. Good night. And no, you're not getting no walk-off music. Just get out of here. I'll see you next time. Hit your alerts so when I pop up, you can holla. Holla, holla, holla. We live. Mo 3 times. Shout outs to the JumpOut Gang. Thanks for hanging out with me. And let me know. You guys have any subjects that you want to talk about, anything that interests you? I know we do it in the chat during the week. But yo, hit me up on Instagram. You guys got my Instagram. Or throw it in the comments. I answer back to comments. Let me know if you want to talk about it. Say, hey, have you heard about that? Yeah, I did. I heard about that. Sometimes I get a little ADHD on one subject. I don't like doing that, but anyway, back next week or before then, talking shit, getting clicks. I'm Mo 3 times. I'm out.